Welcome back, tennis fans, to another Blockbuster update. If you haven't been paying attention to the sun-drenched California desert at the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, you are missing one of the most electrifying and unprecedented storylines in modern women's tennis. What's unfolding is nothing short of a seismic shift in the sport, a cultural phenomenon that has hijacked the narrative of what is widely considered the fifth Grand Slam of the year. Forget the usual pre-tournament jitters or calm before the storm. Indian Wells has been completely rocked, and at the epicenter of this whirlwind is 20-year-old Filipina sensation Alexandra Eala. Right now, a video of her has gone viral across every major social media platform, not capturing a championship point or a controversial call, but a simple practice session. Yet what seems routine is anything but. Alexandra, the newly minted world number 31, steps onto practice court 6 to a crowd so massive and vocally passionate it rivals a Grand Slam final. Fans fill every row, press against fences, and raise selfie sticks high just to glimpse her forehands, while chants of her name echo across the grounds, halting other top-tier professionals in their tracks. The moment has broken the internet and sent shockwaves through broadcasting booths, dominating the tennis channel with wall-to-wall coverage, deep-dive panel discussions, and genuine awe from former players turned analysts who are left speechless at the magnitude of her fanfare. Former American pro Christopher Eubanks recently appeared on national television, explaining how the suffocating intensity of Alexandra Eala's fan frenzy could actually fuel an unstoppable run for the young star. Legendary coach Paul Annacone, who guided the careers of icons like Roger Federer and Pete Sampras, openly praised her grace, humility, and lightning-fast hand-eye coordination. Grand Slam champion Kim Clijsters and former world number 5 Jeannie Bouchard went on record comparing Eala's meteoric rise to the cultural impact of Taylor Swift, Manny Pacquiao, and even Michael Jordan. Let that sink in. A 20-year-old tennis player being likened to the world's biggest pop star and some of the greatest athletes in history, based purely on her cultural gravity and the sheer volume of fans tracking every move. But Eala didn't stumble into the spotlight, she kicked the door down. Her breakout 2025 season completely rewrote her career narrative, highlighted by a miraculous semi-final run at the Miami Open where she dismantled top-tier talent, including former Grand Slam champions Yelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and a stunning victory over Iga Swiatek, announcing herself as a lethal force on the court. Since Miami, her momentum has been relentless, capturing her maiden WTA final in Eastbourne, winning a WTA 125 title in Guadalajara, and making history at the US Open as the first Filipina to win a main draw Grand Slam match with a triumph over Clara Tauson. Early in 2026, she surged from outside the top 50 to a career-high ranking of world number 31, fueled by a quarter-final run at the Dubai Tennis Championships, where she outclassed top 10 talent like Jasmine Paolini. Now, at Indian Wells, she arrives riding a wave of 10 wins in her first 16 matches of the year, carrying the hopes of an entire nation. With a first round bye already secured, Eala waits to face either Diana Yastremska or Jianggu, with the potential for a blockbuster third-round rematch against American superstar Coco Gauff looming. The tennis world watches in suspense. Can she replicate the magic of Miami and harness this unprecedented momentum to continue her historic rise? Can Alexandra Eala channel this unprecedented viral fanfare into a deep run in tennis paradise? Or will the immense pressure of being a global cultural icon at just 20 prove too heavy a burden? The entire Indian Wells tournament has been hijacked by what fans and media are calling the Eala effect. And today we're breaking down every angle of this sensational story. From her tactical evolution and the psychological weight of her stardom to the historical context of her rise, we'll explore exactly what this viral explosion means for the future of women's tennis. Buckle up, this is a deep dive you don't want to miss. On the ground in California, it's clear that calling this merely a popular phase for Alexandra Eala would be a massive understatement. What we are witnessing at the 2026 BNP Paribas Open is a phenomenon that is rewriting the rules of fan engagement, media coverage, and the cultural impact of the sport itself. What we are witnessing is the crystallization of a superstar. To truly understand the viral video that has sent the tennis channel into a frenzy, we need to dissect the anatomy of Alexandra Eala's fan base and the unique cultural phenomenon that surrounds her. Tennis history has seen players draw massive crowds. Think of the manic energy that followed Roger Federer worldwide, or the intense local support for American players in New York and French players at Roland Garros. But Eala brings something entirely different. A new demographic, a distinct energy, and an unprecedented level of emotional investment. She represents more than herself. She carries the flag for the Philippines and the broader Southeast Asian community, a passionate region that has rarely had a homegrown superstar in women's singles tennis to rally behind. The fans captured in that viral practice session, chanting her name and waiting hours just to watch her hit balls with Francesca Jones or Madison Keys, are not casual observers. They are a deeply invested, highly mobilized community. When Jeannie Bouchard goes on national television comparing this movement to the Sonia Mesa effect in India, or commentators reference Manny Pacquiao, it highlights just how Eala's rise transcends sport, becoming a cultural phenomenon with global resonance. Hitting the nail on the head, commentators note that Manny Pacquiao once brought the entire Philippines to a standstill whenever he entered the boxing ring. Crime rates dropped, traffic disappeared, and millions were united by a single athletic event. Alexandra Eala is beginning to command that same unifying, transcendent power in tennis. Yet, experiencing that level of fame at just 20 years old is a double-edged sword, a point that has sparked intense debate among experts on the Tennis Channel over the past 48 hours. On one hand, Christopher Eubanks argues that this fanfare can elevate a player to incredible heights. When your legs are heavy in the third set or you're down a break, looking up to thousands of fans waving your national flag can deliver an adrenaline spike unavailable to your opponent, creating an intimidating atmosphere across the net. On the other hand, there is the undeniable reality of the immense pressure and expectations that come with being a global icon at such a young age, a burden that could weigh heavily on performance and focus. Four-time Grand Slam champion Kim Clijsters articulated this perfectly on her podcast, noting that with viral fame comes a massive target on Alexandra Eala's back. During her Cinderella run in Miami last year, she was the hunter, an unknown quantity playing with house money. Now, as the world number 31, she has become the hunted. Every player in the locker room knows her name, studies her ground strokes, and desperately wants the scalp of the tour's most talked about player. But popularity alone doesn't get you into the top 30. You need a world-class, lethal game, and Alexandra Eala has evolved into a true tactician. Footage from her recent practice sessions at Indian Wells, especially alongside world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka, shows that her baseline game has matured to a new level. As a left-hander, she already possesses a natural tactical advantage, opening angles that right-handed players struggle to defend. Yet it is her signature forehand that truly wreaks havoc, a heavy, penetrating shot with massive topspin that pushes opponents deep behind the baseline, allowing her to step in and dictate play with authority. Inside the court, Alexandra Eala is taking the ball early and redirecting it down the line with precision. Legendary coach Paul Annacone has specifically highlighted her exceptional hand-eye coordination and her ability to take the ball on the rise, an essential skill in modern women's tennis, where being a purely defensive counterpuncher is no longer enough. Eala has shown a remarkable willingness to dictate play, embracing aggressive, first-strike tennis. Her movement and physicality have also noticeably improved. The tour is a grueling 10-month grind, and last year she occasionally struggled with the demands of deep runs in major tournaments. However, her recent quarterfinal performance in Dubai proves that she has committed to serious off-season work. She is chasing down drop shots with explosive speed, sliding into defensive corners with incredible balance, and recovering to the center faster than ever before. When this upgraded athleticism is combined with her naturally high tennis IQ, Eala becomes a player capable of adapting to any style. Whether grinding out a 3-hour clay court rally or serving big to end points in 3 shots on a fast hard court, she has the tools to succeed. Securing the 31st seed was a critical milestone for Alexandra Eala, granting her a first-round bye at a mandatory WTA 1000 event where the field is as deep and dangerous as a Grand Slam. Skipping the opening round is a massive advantage for energy conservation. She is currently awaiting the winner of the clash between China's Jing Gai and Ukraine's Diana Yastremska, both highly experienced and dangerous WTA veterans. Yastremska brings immense power and aggressive ball striking, testing Eala's defensive skills and ability to absorb pace, while Jingai offers exceptional court craft and doubles expertise, forcing Eala to construct points patiently and meticulously. Whichever opponent advances, Eala must be sharp from the very first ball. There is no room to shake off rust in a tournament of this magnitude. The match that has the tennis channel buzzing, however, is the potential third-round showdown with fourth seed and American superstar Coco Gauff, a clash that could break viewership records. Gauff and Eala are young, wildly popular, and represent the sport's future. They recently met in the Dubai quarterfinals, where Gauff played spectacularly to halt Eala's run. Eala has publicly expressed deep respect for Gauff, calling her an incredible athlete and role model, but she is also hungry for a rematch, eager to apply the lessons from Dubai to the slow, gritty hard courts of Indian Wells. The desert conditions here favor Eala. While the ball flies quickly through the thin air, the gritty, high-bouncing surface amplifies her heavy topspin, allowing her to push shots above an opponent's strike zone. If Eala can target Gauff's forehand wing with her looping left-handed strokes, she has a real opportunity to seize control of the match. If Alexandra Eala can continue to target Coco Gauff's forehand with heavy looping cross-court shots, we could be looking at an absolute classic. Yet beyond the immediate tournament implications, the viral nature of Eala's arrival at Indian Wells signals a much larger shift in the global sports ecosystem. Tennis fandom is becoming democratized. Historically, the narratives have been centered around European and American players, with institutions, media conglomerates, and major tournaments largely based in those regions. Players like Eala are shifting that center of gravity. A viral video of a Filipino player practicing forces the media to pay attention, compels the tennis channel to dedicate coverage, and motivates tournament directors to schedule her on premier show courts, knowing both stands and streaming numbers will explode. Eala is proving that elite talent and commercial viability can emerge from anywhere. She builds upon the legacy of Asian trailblazers like Li Na, who opened up the massive Chinese market, and carries the torch passed down by Naomi Osaka, yet her story is uniquely her own. Without towering height or a country with a deep Grand Slam history, she and her family carved this path through sheer willpower, moving to Europe, navigating the grueling junior circuit, and fighting for every ranking point. That's why fans chant her name with such intensity. They recognize the struggle, the unprecedented nature of her success, and feel intimately connected to her journey. Her interviews reveal striking maturity. Just yesterday, she said, "To be living my dreams and playing in Indian Wells with a lot of people supporting me is something I've dreamed of since I was young. I've gained a lot of experience at a much higher level. I'd like to say I'm a better version of myself now." This is not the mindset of a player rattled by viral fame or media hype. It is the mindset of a professional who understands that execution inside the lines outweighs the noise outside the court. Eala absorbs the energy from her supporters but keeps her focus entirely on the yellow ball. As we look ahead to the next 2 weeks of the BNP Paribas Open, storylines are rich and complex. Will Aryna Sabalenka finally capture the elusive Indian Wells crown? Will Iga Swiatek assert her dominance? And amidst all of these massive narratives, Alexandra Eala continues to command attention, embodying both the cultural and competitive evolution of women's tennis. Amid all the storylines and questions, the narrative that has truly captured the heart and soul of the tennis public is that of the 20-year-old girl from Quezon City who arrived in the desert, walked onto a practice court, and practically shut down the internet. Whether she wins the tournament, reaches the quarterfinals, or exits in a hard-fought second-round match, one thing is abundantly clear: Alexandra Eala has arrived. The Eala effect is real, and the landscape of women's tennis will never be the same. In this deep dive into the 2026 Indian Wells tournament, we've explored her viral moments, analyzed the tactical brilliance of her left-handed game, and highlighted the profound cultural impact she is having on millions of fans worldwide. Began as a shocking headline has evolved into a truly inspiring story of a young woman carrying her nation's hopes with remarkable grace, determination, and a devastating forehand. In tennis, the hype eventually fades, and it all comes down to two players, one net, and the scoreboard. In the coming days, Ella will step onto the stadium courts of the Indian Wells Tennis Garden with the chance to convert this unprecedented fanfare into victories. With her talent, work ethic, and a crowd firmly in her corner, every match, whether a blockbuster rematch with Coco Gauff or a different path through the draw, will be must-watch tennis. Fans are encouraged to weigh in. Will the massive support push her to a deep run, as Christopher Eubanks predicts? Or could the pressure of viral stardom prove a heavy burden? Drop your predictions for her tournament. Share whether 2026 could be the year she breaks into the top 20, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the most comprehensive tennis analysis on YouTube, covering every swing, upset, and viral moment from the BNP Paribas Open and beyond.